But Tom, can you give us an update with today? I don't know if you guys saw what the stock market, anybody watch the market today? Did you see how the stock market did today? It's been a rough day for the stock market. Tom, what are some of the numbers came up to the stock, the reason why the market reacted the way that it did?
Yeah, today was a day of reality, right? Oh, the stock market is up, Bidenomics is working, life is good, right? We keep being told that by the mainstream media with a straight face, right? This morning, GDP, that's how are we growing? How fast are we growing? Grew at 1.6% for the first quarter. They were expecting 2.5%. That's not good. Personal consumption, consumer personal consumption was up 2.5%. We expected to be up 3%. And the U.S. consumers, give us all a round of applause. We've set a new record. Credit card debt is just shy now of $1.2 trillion, which is the highest it's been since they were keeping track of it starting in 1999. So maybe consumers aren't spending because they're a little tapped out. And then the PCE price index today was 3.7% versus 3.4%. Let's just translate that. That's core inflation for you and me. That's gasoline, that's groceries, that's basics. So all of those came out today that said we're growing less, we're in debt more, consumers, not just America, because it goes without saying that America's in sort of permanent mammoth debt. And personal consumption is down, and inflation is now ticking up again. I think this is something all Americans knew, but now the stock market got it right in the face this morning, and that's what the market did. The market went down, and there's a lot of response to that. What do you think, right? If you were in the Oval Office and you were there today, Mr. President, this is what we need to do. America's hurting. What do we need to do here? Because now the headlines are over. We have real numbers this morning.
The first thing that I think of when you bring this up is the endless spend. You just mentioned it briefly, but our country's deficit and where we are sending, what was it, $95 billion in that package that was just passed recently? Over 60, clearly over $60 billion going to Ukraine. Again, no accountability, no basic questions being answered, like what are you trying to accomplish with this money? How will it serve our best interest? How does it help bring about an end to this war? None of these things. The bar for that now seems to be, well, hey, we've got to hurry up and get this out there because it will help stave off Ukrainians' loss. So we're at a very different place now in their justifying this, and they're trying to sell this whole package as an American jobs and economic boost package. So now Joe Biden has basically said to the American people, we're going to improve the economy by continuing to fund more wars around the world. There are so many layers of this, of how we can help encourage small businesses, how we can help invest more in our communities, how we can reduce regulation. My home state of Hawaii, an independent group just did a study about the high cost of living there. Single family home under the federal affordable housing definition is $750,000. People don't make that much money in Hawaii. I think the average median income is around 65 or 70 grand a year. But what this study found was over half of those costs is because of government bureaucracy and overregulation. So there's a lot that can be done directly at the federal level to be able to help provide the kind of boost in our economy we actually need, and really to grow our confidence in our own economy. And you look at all the things that we're talking about now, it's no surprise that people are losing that kind of confidence that we are or can be soon in a good place.
Tulsi, picking up on Tom's question with the economy, I'm looking at the market right now. Dow's down, S&P's down, Nasdaq's down. But what's up today? Bitcoin. Yeah. A year ago, you spoke at the Miami Bitcoin conference. This year, it's in Nashville. And then the next day, you were on PBD Podcast with myself and PBD. The importance of Bitcoin, the importance of crypto, the importance of being a libertarian, the importance of being sort of detached from the bureaucracy, the crypto space, even central bank digital currencies, that's a major conversation. Yeah. You spoke at length for like an hour. It was an amazing session, round of applause, people going crazy. With inflation running rampant, everything economy. What are your thoughts on that in regard to the economy?
You know what, when we go back, and I think more of our leaders need to do this, and just more of us in our society, is go back and reread the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, the Federalist Papers, and get a better understanding of what our founders envisioned for our country. They very directly pointed out and recognized that power is the enemy of liberty. And what we are seeing now is those in power see a free people as a threat to their power. And so when we look at the central bank digital currency, and no matter how many times they tell us like, oh, don't worry, this will have the same privacy as you get with your banks. But, you know, if you spend more than $600 on Venmo, then we'll know about it. If you go and buy, according to Elizabeth Warren, wants to know every time you go and buy ammunition from, you know, Dick's Sporting Goods or whatever, they will find those criteria that they deem as quote unquote suspicious activity to be able to know how we're spending our money. And then you take that to the next level of, okay, well, now they want to be able to control how we spend our money through a central bank digital currency. All of this just points to the reason why people support Bitcoin, why people support having an independent, transparent form of currency that is not under government control. And this, again, I just keep coming back to, why do elections matter? Why do our votes matter? Well, we need to have people in power in our government from both parties, frankly, who are open-minded, who will listen, who will better understand what's going on in the crypto space. Bring people in who actually know about Bitcoin. I met a bunch of people at that conference who were able to share things with me who know far more than I ever will about Bitcoin, but all of these different applications of blockchain and how we can use them to increase integrity in our elections, to increase transparency in our government. There's so much there that people in Washington know nothing about, and because of that, we're seeing the reaction that we're seeing by most leaders in Washington, which is, well, if we can't control it. President Obama spoke about this recently too, how concerned he is about Bitcoin because the government can't control it.
For everyone out there that's watching, Tulsi is officially on Connect. Rob, if you can show her Connect, the first 50 people that connect with Tulsi, we will send you a copy of the book as well signed. We bought copies to get it out there because we are so confident in her message being out there. We feel more people need to hear from her. So the first 50 that connect with Tulsi, ask her whatever questions you got, and those 50 names we'll get. We're going to send you a copy. Just make sure you're in America. If you're anywhere else outside of America, we're not shipping to you. If you're not in America, don't do the Connect. Only in America, we'll ship the copy to your first 50 states. Thank you for that.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.